Greetings ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. This time around we have a hypothetical idea. What if the Yu-Gi-Oh Koushiki Rule game had a video game? After all, Season 0, while nowhere near as long as the original Yu-Gi-Oh, had plenty of duelists and you could make a very functional game out of it. So who would be dueling? The duelists would be Katsuya Jonochi, Mazuki Anzu, Nosaka Miho, Seto Kaiba, Riley Sheldon, Kageyama Risa, Dark Bakura, Daimon, and Aoyama Shougo. There are some cards that were not originally in the Koushiki Rules, those being the Red Eyes Black Dragon, Meteor Dragon, Meteor Black Dragon, Exodia the Forbidden One, Right Arm of the Forbidden One, Left Arm of the Forbidden One, Right Leg of the Forbidden One, and Left Leg of the Forbidden One. But we are going to be adding them for story reasons. We would have a restricted list. This would be the restricted list from the 1998 World Championship, where Raigeki, Dark Hole, and Trap Hole were all at 1. And while this wasn't the case originally, we are going to add the Exodia pieces to 1 because we don't want any tier 0 shenanigans. Following this will be a montage of all of the cards that exist in the game. I will remain quiet for this. You can look at them and see what you would come up with. With the card pull out of the way, let's see the rules. The following on the right are the Koushiki Rules. You can pause to read them if you want, but effectively it is simplified Master Rule 1 without priority. There are other restrictions, as shown here. Of course, we got to give the player a starter deck, and I decided to do a hybrid of Volume 1, except I replaced the Gaia the Fierce Knight and the Dark Magician with Meteor Dragon and Spirit of the Harp to give you a defensive option and a much less powerful ace monster so that you don't absolutely break the game from the start. After all, the issue with making a card game video game is if you give the player all of the good cards, then the rest of the game becomes pathetically easy. Similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters 1998, we decided to use level structures for this hypothetical. And the beginning will be Shougo, Anzu, Miho, and Jonochi. You'll have two options, singles and match. Single matches will be best of ones. These will be used to unlock hidden items in the game, collectibles, because we like unlockables, not DLC. And match will be used to unlock new levels. So here we have Shougo's deck. Canonically, he has no deck other than Red Eyes and a Karibo, but Karibo's not in the set. But given he's a coward and weak, his deck is filled with monsters of attack of less than 500 and healing/stall cards. I do want him to have a chance to win, so I gave him Red Eyes, like in the movie. Swords of Revealing Light, scared to fight that he stalled Yuugi, but upon release he'll fight back. And two-pronged attack for the power of teamwork reference. Defeating Shougo 15 times in a singles will give you a Red Eyes Black Dragon. Here is the Anzu deck. Defeating Anzu 15 times will give you a Dancing Elf, and a dance animation will play that you can watch in the options menu after having viewed the event once. Different options and outfits will be unlockable for the dance. Default is the one you get with the dance scene. Burger World is in the menu as an alternative. You can get the date outfit from defeating Diamond 10 times, and you'll get the bikini for defeating Dark Yuugi 1 time. These are where I got the outfits. They're all from official material. For the Miho deck, we added Water Element due to the beauty pageant. You know, the same one where Yuugi was so savage that he pulled a rose from a girl's hair and she became ugly. And mostly dead looking cards because she found the mummy in the museum cute. This will be a strong deck for level 1, but still easy to defeat. If you win 15 times, she will give you a kiss as a special CG, given that in the anime she did say that if one of the boys could beat her, they will kiss her. If your character's name is Washirabe, she will not initiate the cutscene, as a fun little reference. Raigeki and Dark Hole will be here to punish overextending, but given that she has no real follow-up to it, it is easy to come back from it. Outfit swap can be reverted in the settings to Burger World. And the outfit swap for Burger World outfit is upon defeating Bakura 10 times. The Mermaid outfit is by defeating Little Yuugi 1 time. Here we have the Miho Outfits, so you know where I got them from. These are from official material. Then we have the Jonochi deck. Most of the cards here are from the episode from the main anime, Duel Monsters, where Yuugi said, "But Joey, your deck's filled with nothing but monster cards." Many of the monsters here did appear, and if they did not appear, then they are the fusion material for the Flame Swordsman. Final Flame will replace Salamander because that did not exist between the Volume 1 and Volume 2. And we gave him Flame Swordsman as his ace because he did not have Red Eyes until Duelist Kingdom. Defeating Jonochi 15 times will give you Turu Purun. Now we have level 2. You unlock these opponents by defeating all the opponents in a best of 3 match. This is the whole point. We're not going to make this game a grind fest. The grind is optional for CGs, optional cards that are not needed but can be good, like Red Eyes. However, if you just want to get through the game, you just need to beat everyone one time in a match. The 15-game victory is for unlockables only. I'm repeating that again to stress the fact that I do not want this to be as grindy as Duel Monsters 1, because very few people have that much patience to sit through those. Here's Daimon's deck. He'll refer to the fact that somebody called Young Master, Bochama, was the one who sent him after you. Defeating him 15 times will give you Frog to Jam. He starts with 4,000 life points to reference the fact that he is dying of old age. His deck is simple and to the point. He has no traps to reference the fact that he's been playing since before the card type came out. For those who don't get that reference, in Duel Monsters 1 1998, there were no trap cards. Now we have Risa. She'll make reference to the fact that her sisters and her are the Witches of Macbeth. Defeating her 15 times will give you Cosmo Queen, which are a stand-in for the Hecate cards, and she'll cheer you on in matches after those 15 victories. This can be turned on in the settings and off in the settings. Hardest of the level 2 opponents is easily this one, given her Cosmo Queen's insane attack power. She will have Dark Magician, Curse of Dragon, and Gaia the Fierce Knight in her deck, referencing the fact that she was only interested in Yuugi for his rare cards. Then we have Baron Sheldon. Defeating him 15 times gives you Dharma Cannon. He will explain that he loves dolls. His deck is filled with insects, fiends, and female cards. It is a joke because on YouTube, before it was deleted, there was a video called Why Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 is about doll perverts. And that is where the joke for his deck list comes from. Ryukshin and Nightmare Scorpion are a reference to his actual in-game deck, given that he actually did play Ryukshin, and Nightmare Scorpion is a replacement for Hercules Beetle. The Carbonella Warrior is a reference to the fact that he stole Yugi's Neon Knight in the anime. Level 3. You unlock these after defeating all level 2 in a best of 3 match. These two are Kaiba Seto and Dark Bakura. For the main story section, they will throw everything at you, so I hope you're ready. They are clearly the hardest in the game. Defeating Dark Bakura 15 times will unlock Mikatsuki no Yaiba, and defeating Nosaka Miho 10 times lets you unlock his open shirt variant costume. Because I figured some people might like that. For Kaiba's deck, even though he never used it, he was shown to have a Black Magician in episode 3 of the Season 0 anime. In the manga, this was the chapter Cards with Teeth. Finally, there's a secret level. If you defeat all of the level 3 duelists in a best of 3 match, you unlock Dark Yuugi and Mutou Yuugi. The credits roll after the 3rd level. I know this is unfair, but this is a hypothetical game that would have come out from 1998 to 1999, and many of those games were brutally unfair to make them last longer. And besides, this is the secret level, the post-game if you will, given the credits have already rolled. You've already beaten the main game. This is just for those who want a real challenge. Here we have Dark Yuugi's deck. It is an Exodia deck featuring some of the highest attack monsters in the game to stall you out. That way you can't stall him out, and you will be forced to fight him head on. His deck features 3 Dark Hole, 3 Trap Hole, and 3 Raigeki, which is a banned combination, but given this is the super boss, I think it is okay. Defeating Yuugi 15 times unlocks the starter box 1999 as an unlockable and will give you a Meteor Black Dragon. Finally, we have Mutou Yuugi's deck. Defeating him 15 times unlocks the card purchase list, i.e. you can start buying singles with the exception of the Exodia head. Unlocking every card will give the player Exodia the Forbidden One. For the sake of making this fair, all the singles will cost the same. The blue eyes shown here is his grandfather Sugoroku's blue eyes. The Cosmo Queen represents the fact that Kaiba won back the Hecate cards from the Macbeth Witches. This has been my idea for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Koushiki Rule game that would have come out hypothetically in the 90s. If anyone would like to actually make this, go right ahead. Just make sure that if the people who actually own Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time of this recording are against it, that you stop. Otherwise, feel free to do it. I think that this fan game is something that could have existed, given that the only Season 0 game, to my knowledge, was Breed and Battle. Some people would say Duel Monsters 1 was a Season 0 game, but that game adapts the Duelist Kingdom manga version. Therefore, I am not going to count it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you thought this was interesting, then please like it. Have a nice day.